What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Ink's podcast. Yeah, I got a special guest today, Santa Maria's very own Sosa.
Two-time guest
Yeah, in the motherfucking house.
in the cuts.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be tattooing his hand. Beautiful S up in here. Be tattooing his hand, shading a little bit. While telling y'all a crazy story that happened to me a couple years ago. And I've never told this story, so y'all are gonna be the first ones to hear it.
The whole world's gonna be the first one to hear.
Yeah. I've never told this story because it's crazy. It's crazy, but I think it's time to tell it because with the whole hookup culture, I think everybody's got to hear it because it's a real shit. You know, it could happen to a lot of people. So it could happen to you if you're not careful. But yeah.
Or it happened to you.
Yeah. I'm sure I'm not the only one this has happened to, you know, but with today's world and today's hookup culture, I'm sure there's a lot of people it's happened to, you know. But anyways, let's take this back to shit. I don't even know what year it was, but let's just say about 10 years ago. 10 years ago, right? 10 years ago, dog.
10 years.
10 years ago, I would say. About 10 years. Maybe more. I think a little more, maybe. Yeah, let's go 10 years. Anyways, 10 years ago, I was living in Santa Barbara, Goleta to be exact. Shout out to the hometown. G's up. Living in Goleta, but I was working in Santa Maria, tattooing up here.
And you had your shop out here?
Nah, I had just got into a shop up here. And so I was driving up and down, back and forth every day. When I was booked, like when I had appointments all day long, and then the very next day all day long, I would just stay up here at my parents' house.
Oh shit, you wouldn't even go home?
Nah, sometimes I wouldn't, because I'm like, why am I gonna go home? You know, drive an hour over there and an hour back. So I'm like, fuck, I gotta work in the morning anyways, you know, so I might as well chill. So when I would stay at my parents' pad, right? And sometimes I would have parties. I would have parties at my parents' house in the back. You know, little bonfires, nothing major.
Yeah.
You know, and so this one time I had a bonfire. I invited a couple homies over. We were chilling, having a good time. One of the homies that I invited, you know, because it was all dudes in there. Yeah. It was all just homies, you know. We were just having a kickback. We didn't plan on having nothing crazy, nothing. It was just homies kicking it. And it was like 7 of us, you know. One of the guys showed up, and he showed up with a chick. Right? And this chick, I'm not gonna say any names. This chick, came into the party with a bottle, you know, drinking, wanted to turn up, you know, and let me just tell y'all, I don't drink liquor, I only drink beer.
Bud Lights
to be exact. Because I don't drink like that no more, you know. But anyway, she was over there taking shots, pouring everybody shots. She tried to get me to take a shot, and I said, hell nah. I'm like, I'm good. So, whatever, she showed up with the homie, and then, like an hour later, a couple shots later, she was sitting on the other homie's lap. Yeah.
One of those?
Sitting on the other homie's lap, and then after that, you know, like a couple hours later, a couple shots later, you know, I was a couple beers in, you know, probably like a 6-pack in, you know. She came up again. She came up to me and was like, hey, here, take a shot. And I was like, nah, I'm good. She's like, no, come on, here, take a shot. And I was like, no, hell no, I'm good. And next thing you know, she's over here pouring the bottle, a shot in my mouth. Literally like this. And I'm like fucking just taking a shot.
You're like,
Boom,
lights
long ass
off.
one. I took one and I'm like, all right, that's it, that's it.
It's like, no.
After the one hit, I took another one. Boom.
Ah.
And she kept trying to give me shots, you know?
Yeah.
Kept trying to give me shots. And after like the second one, third one, I just started pounding that bottle. Boom, you know? Once you drink a couple shots, you know it tastes like water after that.
Right. Well, let's give a little bit more context. You were tattooing in Santa Maria.
Yeah.
How well were you doing in that time of your life?
I was barely getting started up here in Santa Maria, you know, like in the tattoo world, getting my name out there. So I wasn't really popping, but you know, a lot of people were getting to know me. So I was kind of known, but not as known as I am now, you know. But it was about the time when I was getting started, you know.
So yeah, so you're still building your name up.
Yeah,
you know,
building my name up,
networking.
all that, you know. So and this particular girl, she had been a friend of mine since we were kids, you know, since I was like 15.
So this wasn't the first time you.
Nah, she was just my friend. We were just friends, you know. We were just friends, good friends. And yeah, so anyways, after a couple of shots, I started pounding that bottle. And next thing you know, I'm faded. I'm fucking super hammered. And the homies start arguing, and one homie that brought her got mad at the other homie because she was sitting on his lap, and they started getting down, and I started breaking them up, and it was a big old fucking mess over this girl, right? And so anyways, I'm faded, right? And I go
like tipping over, faded, or just
I'm like stumbling a little bit.
slurring?
Like I'm drunk. Yeah, I'm slurring. I'm drunk. And so anyways, I go to the I had to go to the restroom, so I go to the side right there in the bushes real quick, do my business. And while I'm over there, you know, this chick walks up to me and says she wants to kick it. You know, like, what's up? What's up with us? What's up with me and you? And I'm like, nah, I'm good. You know, like, nah, chill. You know, you got these fools over here fighting over you. You know, like, you came with this fool. I'm good. You know,
she wants to
chill.
start a Royal
Kick
Rumble,
back.
dude.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, kick back. I'm good. You know, so anyways, I break up the fight after that, you know, like, and this girl is like, hey, let's go get another bottle, you know, let's go to the store. And we're like, all right, you know, like I'm faded, so I don't know what the hell's going on, you know?
You're just going.
Like I'm hanging on to myself because I was like on the verge of blacking out, you know? I was literally on the verge. I was teeter-totting on blacking out, you know? And so yeah, she's telling all of us, let's go to the store. And we're all like, all right, let's go. By this time, it was only like 5 of us left. A lot of homies went home already.
This is what, like 2 in the morning?
Nah, it's like 1:30, 1:45 because we did go to the store. So anyways, we get to the car, and one of the homies that had just got down with the other homie was like, oh, I'm gonna go in the front. And the other homie's like, nah, I'm gonna go to the front. And they're arguing about who's riding in the front with her because she's driving, you know? And we're all pretty faded.
That's fucking funny.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, it's funny, dog. And so these guys are arguing about who's going in the front. And then the girl ends up saying, like, I want you to go in the front to me. She's like, I want him to go in the front.
Because you guys are fucking fighting there.
And yeah, she called me by my name and she's like, I want him to go in the front. And then the homie got mad at me, like, what the fuck? Like, why him? Like, why can't I go in the front? And so yeah, we got in the car or whatever, and I told the homies, just go ahead, dog, jump in the front, I'll jump in the back, I don't care. You know, like I said, I'm drunk. Yeah. You know, I was just fucking tired. Got in the car, I was like passing out, going to sleep, and so we make it to 7-Eleven, and when we make it to 7-Eleven, you know, before we make it to 7-Eleven, the girl tells me in the back seat, like, why'd you go in the back? I told you to come in the front with me. And the homie that's in the front was like, what the fuck? You want him to come in the front then? Like, pull over. She's like, no, it's fine, whatever. He's like, nah, fuck that. You want him to come in the front, then I'll get out. And she stopped at a stoplight, and this fool got out and just walked off, all pissed off. Got out of the car and walked off.
Bruh.
Yeah, and so I was like, what the fuck? I was like, hey, just keep driving, drive to the store.
Yeah.
You know? Because then it was just, after he left, it was 3 of us in the car now. 3 of us plus the girl.
Probably looking back, it's just like comedy.
Yeah, it's funny. It is funny.
Fool really got out the car. Dude.
Yeah, he did, all pissed off, you know, because she wanted me to go in the front, and I didn't want to.
Yeah.
It was kind of stupid, low-key. So anyways, we make it to 7-Eleven. I'm faded, falling asleep, waking up. Like, I'm drunk. I want to go to bed.
Yeah.
But this girl's in there trying to get some alcohol or getting alcohol. You know, I don't really even remember that part because, fuck, I was faded already.
So she had gone in, you stayed in the car?
Yeah, I stayed in the car with the homie because only one of them went in with her. And so anyways, I guess I ended up passing out in the car because next thing you know, we wake up at a random ass house. I wake up and we're at a random ass house.
Damn.
You know, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, out of it still.
So you did black out then?
Yeah, well, I did black out, but then when I woke up, I was there, you know, because I remember that
But it was
part.
still during that time frame.
Yeah. And so I wake up and I like walk in the house, like, what the fuck? As soon as I walk in the house, there's a couch right there, and the homie sits there, and then I sit next to him and just knock out. Drunk, knocked out. The other homie walks in, closes the door. I don't know what the hell he does. And there was another girl in there.
Wait, do you know whose house it is?
Nah, I didn't. At the time, I didn't know. Now I do, but at the time, I didn't know. I didn't know, but we just showed up, and it was a random girl's house, you know? So now there was 2 girls. The girl's house it was, and then the girl we showed up with, you know? And I sat on the couch with the homie and fell asleep, passed out right. As soon as I hit the couch, I passed out. The other homie, I don't know what he did. He ended up, I know he ended up talking to the girl that was there. They ended up chopping it up and disappearing. And then the girl that took us there, I guess she ended up going upstairs. I don't know what to do. Who knows what? She went upstairs and I passed out on the couch, you know? And this is what one of the homies was telling me because, like I said, I had passed out. I had passed out on the couch. The other homie that was next to me wasn't as drunk as I was, you know? And so he was telling me, like, both one of the girls went upstairs that brought us here, and then the other girl with the other homie disappeared with him somewhere, you know? And so I'm like, oh, shit, okay. And then, so anyways, I passed out on the couch. The homie's sitting there next to me. He's still drinking his beer.
Damn, that was still going.
Yeah, he's still going. And it's like 2:30 in the morning. And so like maybe like an hour later, half an hour later, this girl comes down the stairs. The girl that took us to this house. She comes down the stairs, right?
Yeah.
And I guess she walks up to me, tries to wake me up, and I'm like, out of it. I'm not waking up. You know, she's trying to move me, and I'm like, fuck, watch out. You know, like, I'm drunk. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. But she's trying to wake me up. And I wasn't waking up, you know, like she was turning me over, and I was turning the other way, trying to go back to sleep.
Leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah. And next thing you know, the homie says that she grabbed me by my arm and yanked me up. And so I stood up. And she put my arm over her shoulders, and she started walking me towards the stairs. And so, like I said, I'm out of it. I remember a little bit of that. I remember going up some steps.
You're probably, you were out of it. You were just following her, basically.
Yeah.
You were like, what? I don't know. What's going on.
Cause I don't really remember much. Like, I really don't. All I remember is like bits and pieces. Like, I would black out, and then I would come back to my senses, and I would see something, and then I would black out again. And, you know, so I remember the steps, going up the steps on her shoulders.
And you're like, it's like that type of feeling where you have no control over what the fuck.
For real, yeah. And it was crazy. And so the homie's like, yeah, she just grabbed you and took you upstairs and shit. And I'm like, damn, you know? He's like, you didn't try to fight her or nothing. You went, you know, like,
Yeah. Well, obviously,
yeah,
you
he's
know.
like, you just went, you know. She yanked you, stood you up, and took you upstairs. And I'm like, oh shit. And so, anyways, so I guess I don't. Oh, this is how drunk I was. I don't remember getting to upstairs. I don't remember that. I don't remember getting to the last step to get to the top. And so I guess some things happened. You know, we got in the room. I don't know what the hell happened because I was blacked out. I guess I laid down on the bed and I was out. I was out,
Yeah.
dog. I was fucking out of it. You know, laid down, passed out. Um. So then, in the morning, I wake up. I wake up in the morning. Now this is the next day.
Yeah.
Waking up, you know. I wake up the next day in the morning, early in the morning, because I'm freezing my ass off. Freezing my ass off, and I wake up and I look around and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, where am I? Like, what the fuck happened last night, you
Yeah.
know? And
Wait, when you wake up, was there anybody around you?
yeah, the homie was on the couch. I wake up and I'm like
Wait,
at his feet.
you're not in a room. You're in the living
Nah,
room.
I'm in the living room floor now. I wake up, I'm on the floor, freezing my ass off with no shirt on. And I'm like, what the fuck? Where am I? I'm freezing. I'm shivering, dog.
Where's my shirt?
Yeah. And I'm like looking around, like, where the fuck am I? You know? And I see the homie and I'm like, start tapping his leg, like, hey, fool, where we at? You know? And I stand up and I'm like, what the fuck happened last night? Where are we? How did we get here? You know?
That's wild.
Yeah. And he's like, what do you mean? So and so brought us, you know?
Yeah.
We're at her friend's house or whatever. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, where's my shirt at? What the hell happened last night? And he's like, you don't remember? And I'm like, nah, I don't remember shit. All I remember is drinking the bottle like this, and that's it. You know, at the time, that's all I remembered.
Yeah.
But
Slowly,
later on,
it
it started coming to me
like,
like, oh shit, that's right. I remember that. I remember that, you know? And so, so anyways, yeah, like I said, I woke up on the floor, freezing my ass off with no shirt on. And you know, the homie was like, oh, so and so brought us, you know. And I'm like, what the hell? And so, like, as I'm waking up, like, as I stand up and shit, I start calling her name, you know. I start calling her name. I start calling the other homie's name. And one of them pops up. I think it was the girl's house that we were at. Pops up like, hey, what's up? You know, and I'm like, hey, where's so and so at? And she's like, oh, I think she's in the room sleeping upstairs. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, hey, go wake her up. Tell her to give me a ride home. What the hell? You know, and so she does. She goes, wakes her up, and I ask her, like, hey, what the hell happened last night? Like, where's my shirt?
Did you ever find your shirt?
Yeah, she's like, oh, it's upstairs. And she ran up there, went, grabbed it and shit. And I'm like,
How
what the
the
hell?
fuck did it get up there?
Yeah. And then, yeah, whatever. I was sitting there with the homie and I was asking him, like, what the fuck happened, dog? He's like, oh, you know, she can't, you know, we got here. You passed out on the couch as soon as we got here.
She went and grabbed you,
as
took
soon
you
as
up.
as soon as she did what she did upstairs, she came down, grabbed you, and drug your ass upstairs. You know, you were blacked out, faded. You know, like she didn't. You stood up. You know, you walked. You know, but you were on her shoulders and shit. Took you upstairs, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, damn. You know. He's like, and then like an hour later, she brings you down and over your shoulder, over the shoulders again, bringing you down the steps, and you guys are almost falling and shit. And he's like, and then once you get to the bottom of the stairs, she's like, you guys almost fall, so she just lets you go and drops you right there on the spot.
And that's where you woke up?
She's like, he's like, yeah, and that's where you woke up right now. And I'm like, oh shit.
That's
like, damn, no
crazy,
way.
bro.
Like, yeah. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, okay, I guess. Like, what the hell? I'm like, damn, you could have covered me at least. Fuck, I was freezing my ass off.
Boom, turn around, go back to my room.
Yeah, straight up. I'm like, damn. And so, anyways, it's crazy. Whatever. I got home, you know, I was tripping. Like, what the hell happened last night? You know, I got home, I was hungover as fuck. I was dying, sick as a dog. you know, and the homie, oh, anyways, the homie had woken up. So both of the homies that were there with me,
Mm-hmm.
uh, the girl that took us there ended up taking us home, whatever, you know. I got home, I was sick as a dog, dying, throwing up all day, you know, and I didn't think nothing of it, you know, like I just, you know, like the night before, I didn't think nothing of it. I just thought, another crazy night, you know, drunk as hell, you know, but damn, I knew I shouldn't have drank bottle, you know. This is why I don't drink bottle, cause or I black out.
Yeah.
So anyways, I didn't think nothing of it, right? Time, like couple days passed.
Mm-hmm.